To you another Thursday live. This live will probably not be as long as previous lives on the channel, and probably it will not be as viewed, but this will by far be the most important live on this channel and the most relevant to the audience. Today we are going to cover two topics. One topic is the most important thing beginners should know, and another topic is the spider goddess, the spider queen, Sephiroth. So guys, I see there are two of you in the chat. Please ask your questions. They will be answered later. For the first part, I have to explain some things. So there are three pillars. Nicholas Abdulhamid High, Tava Bakr High. I have to explain three pillars of practice for every beginner. The first pillar of practice for every beginner is raising of the sacred space. So we will teach, hello Taina Bakr, so we'll teach how to raise the sacred space here in this video. So you draw the circle around yourself and then you sit and meditate in a circle. You close your eyes and you visualize the black sun radiating the rays of the black light above your crown chakra. The rays of the black light are penetrating the edges of the circle. You hold the visualization in your head long enough for spiritual energy, dark spiritual energy, to start radiating from the circle. Once that happens, your sacred space is raised. You need to train your mind to withstand this, and you need to master this, guys. Only after you mastered the raising of the sacred space, you'll have basic astral senses to feel the entities. Because if you are able to feel your sacred space radiating from the edges of a circle, there is a really big chance that you will be able to feel and hear the spirits to a degree. So I will explain in this video why people don't hear and see spirits. There are two reasons. One reason is their spiritual senses are closed. They are not able to enter trance. Another reason is they don't have enough spiritual energy. They don't have enough spiritual power. And so I will teach you in this live stream some simple ways. British Red, hello. How you can increase your spiritual power and open up your psychic abilities. So one of the ways to learn to open up psychic abilities is raising of the sacred space, as I explained before. But there is also another method, which is to work with your 7 energy centers, known as 7 chakras. Now, for psychic abilities, there is one energy center, which is especially relevant. And that energy center is called the Ajna chakra, or the third eye. Now we will explain what are the symptoms of your Ajna chakra opening, because a lot of the people, they simply ascribe their imagination to Ajna chakra opening, and that's not necessarily the case. So there are 3 physiological signs which indicate that Ajna chakra is starting to open. One is pressure in the head, where the Ajna chakra is. For those who don't know, Ajna chakra is located between your eyebrows. That is the place. Another physiological sign that Ajna chakra is opening is euphoria at the point where your eyebrows meet. So euphoria, really strong euphoria, generated from the point where your eyebrows meet. That's a second sign that your Ajna chakra is opening. So those are two physiological signs. When you have a really strong, can sacred space be done by someone who doesn't have psychic abilities at all? So you train raising of the sacred space in order to develop abilities. As you develop abilities, you will be able to raise space. So today we will also talk about how to open Ajna chakra. So there is a specific chant people use a lot in opening of the Ajna chakra, and the chant is Om. So you chant Om and you focus on the third eye. But the question is how to chant Om. Why a lot of people chant Om and don't have any effects? But because essentially they don't know how to do it. So you need to pronounce the mantra Om, but you also need to focus on the area of your third eye. And you also need to visualize the ray of light coming from your third eye into the space around you. Only when those three things are in line, you can open third eye quickly. So when you combine those three methods at the same time, your third eye is quickly opened. Otherwise, if you focus only on chanting, or only on focusing on the place below the eyebrows, or only on visualizing light coming of your third eye, individual aspects of this exercise on their own will not work as effectively as when you combine all the three things together. If you want to open your third eye effectively, you need to combine all the three things. There is also a question regarding diet and the third eye opening. My personal experience is that any form of fasting can help you to go into trance state. And the trance state helps in opening of the psychic abilities. But specifically, vegetarianism isn't a required way of fasting to open psychic abilities. Any disciplined form of fasting will do the same. So, what I consider fasting? To me, fasting is training your own body to not take enough food for prolonged periods of time. Now, I need to give a few disclaimers. If you have any medical history with eating disorders such as anorexia, bulimia, or if you have any deficiency within the system, serious health problems, I do not advise fasting. So this is for healthy people, So if you want to fast and have results in opening of psychic abilities pretty quickly, you should close your eyes, go into dark room, drink only water for 3 days, and do the exercise for opening of the third eye I described earlier. I guarantee you, after 3 days of consistent practice, drinking only water in a dark room, your third eye will become detoxicated and you will be able to perceive much more. I need to do two other disclaimers. This is for mentally stable individuals. This is not for anyone who had any history with mental illness, this radical method, okay? If you had any history with any mental illness or you are not mentally stable, don't try this, okay? Can you drink from tap water? So we will also talk about what to do with water, okay? What to do with water, how to essentially turn water into the magical tool. So there is a visualization for all of the people interested in dark shit out here. So visualize above your glass of water ball of black light radiating heat rays into the glass, and as you hold the visualization you should say, I call the left side of Ajna to empower this glass with his might. After you do this for about 5 minutes, you will see water starting to energetically vibe differently. Drink it. This will have a profound effect in attuning you to the left side of creation, to the darker forces. So don't do this if you are not ready for some crazy shit. This will literally reprogram your system hardcore. Also, once you develop relationship with particular entities, it is enough to say, I call you entity so and so to bless this water. And if your relationship with them is so strong, their energy will literally enter the water through your words. Water reacts on words, that is scientifically proven. This is not something I made up. And we will discuss that specific topic on another time. Do you need to read the left side of Adonai for 5 minutes and visualize the thing? Yes, you need to do both in order to guarantee the full effect. So let me explain. Why you need to combine visualization. Yes, say yes. Why you need to combine the visualization with the pronunciation in order to have full effect. It is because visualization puts you into the trance and word creates a vibration. So visualization makes you fall in trance, which makes vibration you create more spiritually charged. So visualization aids the mantra, okay? So they need each other in order to enhance each other. So now we will go to the most important part of this live stream, which is, I will explain you here about spiritual power and why it is important. Do you need to repeat it? Yes, you need to repeat the chant. So, why a lot of people in this occult community go insane? Why is the percentage of people who practice left-hand path and go insane from practicing it about 70%? It is because people don't understand the dynamics and they don't understand how all of this operates. Every time you summon a spirit and you ask spirit for a request, spirit deduces from your aura the amount of energy it needs to manifest your request. Every time you summon the spirit of darker provenience and ask the spirit to manifest something for you, the spirit takes energy corresponding to the validity of your request. If you don't have enough energy within your system to manifest request in question, your request is declined. This is why people give offerings to replace their own life force energy with the offering in order to not lose the energy. But there is a way to circumvent this. If you have more spiritual energy, the amount spirits will take to manifest something will not bother you. Therefore, before we ask something from the spirits, we need to build up our own spiritual power. How it is done? How you build up your spiritual power? There are 3 methods I recommend. First method is meditation. The second method is prayer. And the third method is calling spirits to raise your spiritual power. So we will discuss how to raise energy through meditation now. Which meditation to use to raise your spiritual power from the point of the left side of God. So I already described how to raise the sacred space. Now we will talk about how to meditate. So, focus on your crown chakra. It is at the top of the head. Once you definitely located where your crown chakra is and you focused on the area, you should start pronouncing the following mantra. I call the left side of Om. I call the left side of Om. I call the left side of Aum. I call the left side of Aum. So let's explain what you are saying here. Aum. Those are 3 letters. A, U, and M. A represents creation, U represents maintenance, and M represents destruction. So what are you calling upon when you call the left side of Aum? Aum. So you call the left, negative, and the sinister side of the creation to empower you. While you chant this chant and focus on your crown, you should visualize black light coming from above and infusing you with dark energy. This visualization, combining with the chant, will infuse you with dark energy and boost your spiritual levels. Praying to the left side of God also helps. Choose the name of God from the Hebrew scripture or from the Muslim scripture or from the how to say Christian scripture, and you pray to the left side of it. For example, you say, I pray to the left side of Allah, or I pray to the left side of Ajna, or I pray to the left side of Brahman. It doesn't matter. So praying to the left side of God also raises your spiritual level. And then there is a third method of raising your spiritual level. The total spiritual energy you have in your system. And that's essentially this. You summon the entity of your choosing until you feel its presence within the sacred space. And you tell the entity to raise your spiritual levels. I personally use Lilith a lot. And this is a specific chant you tell when Lilith is here to raise your spiritual levels. Yes, does the Greek word for God work too? Iao. Yes, it works too. And good for reminding me, thank you. So, if you want Lilith to raise your spiritual level, specifically this entity, you call Lilith in a sacred space with the chant Ha Lilith Ama Ha Shadim. Ha Lilith Ama Ha Shadim. After repeated chanting in a sacred space, Lilith will arrive. Energy will be there. And once she is there, you should give her request in a following manner. I call you Lilith by the power of the left side of Sheena to raise my energy levels, to raise my spiritual power, and she will do exactly that. Once you ask them for this, they will not take you any energy, because the amount of energy they need to spend to raise your spiritual level is minuscule. They will simply open a pathway in your energy system, which will connect you to the left side of creation and to the left side of creator, and you will feel extreme euphoria. Doing this on daily basis will significantly raise your spiritual power and make you more able to manifest what you want to manifest. So now, after we explained to you 6 or 7 different methods for raising your energy levels and opening your astral senses, now we will talk about Spider Queen Sephiroth, who she is and how to work with her. I will give a chant for calling her, and I will give a few warnings regarding work with Spider Queen Sephiroth. So first, Spider Queen Sephiroth, in my experience, is a really powerful demonic entity, a manifestation of the left side, the destructive side of divine feminine. She usually manifests as a spider, giant spider goddess, but that is simply a visual representation which that energy takes. Sephiroth in reality is much darker and primordial than that, and she doesn't have any form, just like any spirit. What Sephiroth can do for you? Sephiroth is much more powerful than Lilith or Nama or Agrat or any darker feminine spirit I mentioned before. But Sephiroth is extremely difficult to work with. She puts her dedicated students through extreme trials. And today we'll talk about the trials I experienced, as well as the trials other people experienced. So, essentially, when I first summoned Sephiroth, that was one of the most terrifying experiences of my life. I was literally so afraid that I wanted to jump from the top of the building. I had severe paranoia episode and paranoia attack. I was truly tested by this entity to extreme degree. Sephiroth, in my experience, shouldn't be called by beginners. She should be called by people who have already opened their astral senses and have significant experience in summoning spirits, because the trials of the Spider Queen will be a little bit extreme for many. Raise the sacred space and then repeat the chant Kusharilatar Sephiroth. Kusharilatar Sephiroth. Kusharilatar Sephiroth. For the Sephiroth to come, and she will come. And there is a way to raise the number and the amount of your spiritual energy permanently with Sephiroth. That way is as follows. You need to call the Sephiroth, and you need to tell her the following. I call you Sephiroth, by the power of the left side of Sheena, by the power of the left side of divine feminine, to open within me the internal gateway into the infernal feminine, to open in me the infernal gateway into the dark masculine, to open in me the internal gateway into the black sun and the black moon. And she will do exactly that. She will, in a really painful way, open the energy center, which is located behind your solar plexus. You will feel through your body from that point on the constant stream of dark primordial energy. This is only for those who want to elevate themselves to completely new level of spiritual power, and to those who want to have a constant stream of that dark infernal energy in their energy system. As you can probably guess, this is not for people who want to just play to see what will happen, or to people who are more inclined towards other approaches to the divine. So be really careful when you want to do this and why you want to do this. So now, I said in this live stream everything I need to say, and now is the time for you guys to ask your questions and they will be answered. So I saw in the chat what is the kind of spiritual power she can give, asked by Nicholas Abdul Hamid. So she can give many spiritual powers, but in my experience, she is best in raising spiritual power of the individual in general, raising the general amount of spiritual power soul possesses through the left-handed means. Let me see other questions. How can one do astral projection? I am not an expert on astral projection and I don't teach people on that topic. You talked about using water. Can you explain how to consecrate water for removing negative energy, banishment, or creating of the sacred space? I kinda already explained it, but if you really want to use it for banishing specifically, I really advise consecrating it with white light instead of black light, and calling the right side of the god names to aid you instead of the left side. I often see the spiders when I meditate. They suddenly pop up in front of me, but I have never called the spider queen parasites. So how to remove? If you often see spiders when you meditate, and they suddenly pop up in front of you. Look, there are many entities associated with spiders. Lilith is one of them. Nama is one of them. There are also many other spider-related spirits. So my guess is do a little bit of divination, do a little bit of... can she teach me how to levitate? Nicholas Abdul Hamid asks. Levitation is possible, but there are entities for which people claim they can teach how to levitate, but generally I have never seen any modern practitioner of dark arts levitating. The only person I have seen levitating is one Buddhist Lama, and I have also seen some African practitioners levitating, and nobody can ascribe their levitations to magic tricks. So I think she can teach levitation, and for Anharatu, the lieutenant of Azazel, it is also said that he can teach levitation, but honestly, I have not seen any uh, any modern left-hand path practitioner in the current day and age levitating. What is the best way to honor spirits like Nama and Lilith without dedicating myself to them at the moment? You shouldn't honor them. You should build a relationship with the left side of God first and then start working with them. You shouldn't venerate those spirits. That's my personal opinion. So you don't have to listen to me, but that's simply what I have as an advice. So, because Gaia, what spirit do you recommend to see or perceive the future? In that sense, to open myself, astral senses to see a certain future. Vasago and Paimon, those two. And also Beelzebub and Belial. They give me really insightful things regarding the future. Is the mantra Om Namah Shivaya actually invoking Shima? What effect it actually has? It actually invokes Shiva in a really light-hearted aspects. To me specifically, it produces heavy euphoria and like white yellow flames energy. How safe it is to invite Spider Goddess to ride me, piggyback, carry them in and on me. I don't know what you actually refer to, but spider goddess, as I previously said, isn't safe to work with. So anyway, because previous questioner Mr. Cheetos asked about Om Namah Shivaya, I will shortly talk about the mantras in general. So the mantras in general are why does a lot of occultists these days are poor, why they don't live in a big mansions. A lot of grimoire promises people wealth and all of this kind of stuff, but when I see occultists they don't live in a mansion. So what grimoires and spirits actually promise is increase in wealth, but I will explain what it really means. So the spirit gives you opportunities and the spirit puts things into place for you, but you need to invest the efforts. You cannot get things handled on a silver plate for you. That's what majority of people don't understand. And majority of occultists are undisciplined and lazy, so their financial situation doesn't improve as much as it would if they were disciplined. Do you have any plans to make videos about the Sephiroth? Not in the near future. Do you have a good technique for removing astral parasites? There is a video on my channel called Lot Exorcism and also Samal Exorcism. Those are good. Do you have you ever felt that time is not enough for the spirit work that you want to do? I don't know exactly what you refer to. You know, you shouldn't put a time limit on the spirit to manifest you something because it can mess up the working. But yes, I felt sometimes that I don't have enough time to do all the spiritual work. But for the majority of cases I do spiritual work, I am really dedicated to my spiritual endeavors. So I don't lack time. Can a pact be made with King Paimon? I have tried before, but I didn't saw a response from him. Uh, what a yes, pact can be made with Paimon really successfully. I made multiple pacts with the guy. What you have to understand is that you need to develop astral senses before starting to work with entities, and you need to develop a relationship with him, and then go into pact if you think that energy is the right for you. Why would you make a pact with Paimon and work with him without the pact first? I agree. What are the benefits for chanting every day the word Yahweh or Shaddai or El Shaddai or Elohim? Those are words of power which connect you to the source and replenish your energy body. So how to use the God names in your practice? So while you chant the God name, visualize it in front of you, as well as visualize light descending to your crown while you chant the name. That is the way to do it. Do you have to be a homosexual if you are a male and want to work with the goddess? I don't know who gave you this idea. You definitely don't have to be a homosexual, and everybody who is trying to convince you otherwise is trying to create a sex cult. I am not against gay people. This question is really weird. So yeah, but thank you guys for asking the question because there are people propagating weird ideas out here. So if you have any more questions, guys, I will be really willing to answer them, you know? You just need to ask questions. Thank you, guys. It seems that there is no more questions and stream is almost 40 minutes long. I said everything. A dude who claims to be a wooden worker told me that giving me misinformation. Hello, Dimitri. You already awoke the planetary Christ considered by white magician governor of this galaxy. I I I generally never work with Christ that much. Dimitri, do you think homosexuality is immoral? I think it's not immoral, but I am not a homosexual, so I will not talk about homosexuality that much. It's creepy. Thank you very much. No questions. Thank you for answering me. No, divine masculine and feminine doesn't mean gay or straight. The destructive name of God, can it open the third eye or the astral senses? Adar, when I chanted, feel drained energy wise. I said that chanting Adar is not for beginners. So yeah, it opens astral senses, but it's dangerous, so don't do it unless you are able to handle it. I said it in a video that it's not for beginners, so why are you poking the bear, guy? So yeah, ask me a few more questions, guys, and then I need to go. So I am willing to answer all of your names and all of your questions, and thank you all, guys, for following live stream. Your support means a lot. Without you, you think it's better to work with lower chakras before working with the third eye. So essentially, yes, it is technically, but opening each and every chakra takes a lot of time, and if one aims for only psychic abilities, then I think working on the third eye directly is a much more effective than working chakra by chakra. But working chakra by chakra is more effective. However, I consider if your goal is simply to see spirits, working only on third eye will make you see spirits faster, and then you work with spirits to open other centers and meditate on them. So yeah. Whew, so yeah, lots of you guys gave me a really good time when I answered your questions. Hail Lord Molo, hail Prince Wasago, hail the Legion Fleet. I remember a video you said there are two energy centers the be, behind the back of your head and it opens clairaudience. How do you open it? So you need to focus on the place where your skull and the neck meet on the both sides of the head, and you need to chant Om Garvai and focus on two places on the both sides of the head where your skull and the neck meet. And this focus and chanting of the chant will help you open the senses. Also, you should visualize like two whirlwinds of energy stimulating those two places on the back of the head. Why might my curses seem to work better than other types of magic I cast? Because it's not ear, dude. It's not ear. You don't understand me. Your skull and the neck meet at the back of the head. So, back of the head. I don't know how to explain it. I cannot like picture the back of my head right now. But there are my older videos where I showed where it is. Uh, why might my curses work better than other types of magic I cast? Because you resonate with negative energy more. Have you ever seen spirits on a physical level or heard them? Yes, few times on hallucinogens and few times without them. Yes, it's possible to see them, but I hear them relatively often, so that's not a problem for me. Yeah, this is pretty good stream, guys. Ask me some more questions. You are amazing motherfuckers. And ladies too. So yeah, but I noticed that there is not a lot of ladies in this live stream. This is mostly male dominated area, I suppose. Any plans to release a book? Your videos are very interesting, Demetrius. Would like to hear your stories about spirits. Yeah, I saw Azazel. I am planning to write a book. When I meditate, I see blue and green colors in front of my eye, even with open eyes. Is my third eye opening? Yes, it's one of the signs that the third eye is opening, but I told you what signs which indicate that it's really opening on a higher level. So just keep doing the exercises presented here or some other effective for you and it will work. I had only one case where a person didn't have a result with my astral sense development exercises, and that person will kind of be compensated in other way. Yeah, but it works for vast majority of people who try them, even complete noobs, right, who never did anything. My exercises seem to be pretty effective. So yeah, so this stream lasts for almost 40 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for your amazing support. We will end the live stream on this note, and left the left side of God protect you in your endeavors. Talk to you soon.